Live. We're live! Yay! And we promised dancing.
We did. There is no hold music this year.
There's no hold music.
Which is why we're dancing to nothing.
Usually when you're getting ready for the live feed of ALA, there is this kicky dance music. At least there was last year.
Yes.
Or it's really boring.
Right.
We're going to dance to it no matter what.
So that is our obligational dancing here.
It's really early. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning, Chicago.
Good morning, snowy Chicago.
Yes.
Hope you like it because you're not going to leave it for a long time. Sorry. We're in New York where it's also gross.
Yes.
It's super gross. So yay.
Yes.
We feel you in spirit.
And thank you for joining us this morning.
Thank you. And we're sorry we were a little late.
Yes.
Technology hard. Hurt head, make things start bad. So anyway, we're here now.
Yes.
So, hey, I'm Betsy Bird.
And I'm Lori Prince. And we're here to talk to you about the ALA Youth Media Awards. We're going to do some predictions. Yeah. We're going to talk about what we like, what we not so much like.
We have to apologize beforehand. Normally, Lori and I don't agree on books, and it makes for a very good, I hate that, I love that. Yeah. This year, we seem to agree on stuff.
A lot of stuff.
I am very sorry.
Yes. Yeah.
I much prefer not to enjoy things with her. And now it's going to be like, I like that. I like that too. Blah, 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 blah. So, sorry. Yes. Anyway, you're going to have a lot of love here.
Yes.
And a lot of hate.
But it was a very good year for both the Newbery and the Caldecott.
Shockingly strong, I would say.
Very good year.
Very good year. Yeah, no, I would have to agree. Yeah. So it's going to be up in the air. And why don't we just dive into it?
I think so.
Do you want to start with Newbery or Caldecott?
Let's start with the Newbery.
Let's.
Because I think we have some pretty, I would say, as much good, able to call it this year as any.
I think so. And should we just start with
Let's call it. We're making a call. We're calling it right now.
We're making the call. Seriously. And okay, I was into this book before it was cool. Before I was all Daniel Handler National Book thing, I was totally into this book. I was saying it was going to win. That was me and everyone else in the world. But me, man, it's like when you're into a band and everyone's totally into your band when they're like, something horrible happens at a concert and then they're like, we think this band is awesome. I'm like, but you weren't into it before. Well, they were now. Anyway, the president bought it. So not that ensures that you win a Newbery.
No. But also, let's talk about literary merit.
Literary merit.
Which is pretty much the foundation of the Newbery Award. Yeah. And she's
never won the award proper. Right. She's gotten
Lots
honors.
Of honors.
Mm-hmm. So it's her time.
It is.
And if it doesn't win,
it will be shocking.
If they call this as an honor, because they always do the honors first and then they call the award. Can you imagine?
There may be
like, like it'll be a combination of like, we should clap because it's getting an award and
we're librarians and we're polite. But
exactly. By the way, did you notice how much space they gave around the sides for awards? Look at that.
That's a good
This is about book design for things that you think are going to win awards. Look at that.
All the room.
Not like Elijah Buxton where it was just a face on it. No, we put lots of space to put lots of pretty things. Anyway.
Yes.
Just saying. So we're pretty angry in there.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that seems to be the case. Now then it gets a little dicey because we have been paying attention to the mock Caldecotts and the mock Newberys, and I wouldn't say the majority of them have not said Brown Girl Dreaming, though you would think that they would. In fact, they have said other books.
Yes.
For example, what would you say out of all these was your second most likely?
So there's a difference between most likely and most favorites.
Yes.
And we don't have my most favorite.
Oh, which is...
It was not on here right now. But Green Glass House.
It was in my daughter's bedroom this morning. I didn't want to wake her up.
She's young. We have to be kind to the young ones.
She's 3. She needs her Green Glass House. Yeah.
So Green Glass House, when I read it, I thought immediately this is super Newbery contender. It is the kind of book that I would have loved as a middle grade reader.
Clue meets Westing Game.
Yes. With just a hint of a role-playing game thrown in. Lots of amazing, Lots of amazing setting. The house itself feels almost part of a character in the story.
And significantly less blood than her other books.
True.
Yes.
Yes.
I would say 90% less. 90% less blood.
A little bit of blood.
A little, just
but yes,
a tincture.
That is
tincture
my dear love as a Newbery contender is Green Glass House. Miss Betsy, what do you think?
I'm going with West of the Moon.
Yes.
All right.
And we can have a bit of a debate.
Agree on.
Ish.
You betrayed me.
Ish. I
was so sure this was going to be being like, I love this, and Laura would be like, I hate this. But no, she likes it too.
I do. Ish. But the first AI, to me, this book starts on page about 75.
And I would disagree.
Which is a lot of pages to get through.
I guess so. It's beautifully written.
It is beautiful.
It is not an adaptation of East of the Sun, West of the Moon, which you might assume. It is fully Norwegian, and I've got some Norwegian blood, so no way in the house.
And Betsy has much more tolerance for lots of writing, not a lot of
literary. Yes.
I like things to happen in my story.
It does not a lot happen. Well, some stuff happens,
but yeah, and
a lot of goatmen.
75 pages in, exciting things.
It is, and a main character that you don't necessarily like.
Yes, which is kind of a theme.
It was a theme this year. It was also a theme this year. Was like you were talking about. You loved what was it? The British book Children.
Oh, Children of the King,
which is not
Australian.
Australian.
Yes. I think she's Australian. It's set in England.
Okay. It's set in England, but she's Australian.
Yes.
Great book, by the way. If you like heroines that you don't like,
yes.
I highly recommend that.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you're a fan of Wuthering Heights, perhaps you might like those books.
I'm going to bring up The Night Gardener because look how shiny.
But also look very nice with a shiny seal on it.
See, I saw this originally as a galley and did not realize how much interior art is in this thing, and it's just beautifully illustrated and lovingly written.
Yes.
So
another
this is my boy. This is my Jonathan Auxier.
Yes, and another good, very kind of old school story to be telling a story. Really exciting, gripping. There was a moment in this story where you literally I had to put the book down because there was a revelation, and I had to stop for a minute and rethink about everything that I previously learned during the story.
Oh, I have a different book for that. But but I should also say that for each of these books, I want to someday do a medley of winners a la Billy Crystal at the Oscars. And for this one, this one would have to be, oh, the night gardener, do not feed the tree now. Okay. I'm very annoying. I'm going to be doing that all day.
Yes.
Yeah. The one that really, for me, this, as I have said, got little tentacles, wormed their way into my brain, took up residence in my brain. This is actually my personal nightmare as a book, so highly recommend it. It's not a nightmare, I don't think, for kids necessarily. And in fact, was it you? Somebody was telling me, like, there were kids who actually wanted to go to Aquavania after reading this book.
Oh, I believe it.
I believe it. I think it's crazy. I would not want to be anywhere near Aquavania. If a floating thing of water floats and says, come on in, don't come on in.
Don't go in.
That's, I think, the lesson of this book. Don't enter floating water.
And there, along with Night Gardener, there's some really interesting sort of fantasy horror happening this year.
Fantasy horror. This one's older, I would say. Yeah.
Also,
reader, a lot of these books, this one and this one and this one is all about and this one is all about lies versus storytelling.
Yeah,
every single one of these.
Yes.
So
what's the difference between telling a story and
trying to tell the children of the world?
Yes.
Quickly, let's go to Caldecott then, because I mean we can talk about these.
We have lots. There are lots of other contenders.
But we wasted 7 minutes trying to get the technical going. Okay. Why don't you start off on
shall we begin? Shall we begin?
Oh, the farmer and the clown should be friends.
With the farmer and the clown.
Farmer and the clown.
I think one that we saw over and over on the mocks.
Over and over. It's like maybe the most popular mock. Yeah. Winner.
Stunning, beautiful, sweet.
I'm not.
She's not as big a fan of this.
I'm not a huge fan. I love Marla Frazee as a person. I just feel like it feels it's missing an emotional beat for me. There should be another moment where they're bonding before there's the going away on the train. but it's a 32-page book. You can't really put it. I mean, you could have said it a 40-page book. It's okay. Yeah, for me, I love the moment when he washes his face and then he's like, oh shit. That was very good. It's just not. Didn't get me here.
Didn't get you? Okay.
Didn't get me here. But I'm alone. My own husband thinks I'm crazy. He's like, you don't like The Farmer and the Clown is like the greatest book in the world. I'm like, no, I don't. So it's not for me.
Not for you.
Many people like it. Yes. Okay. It might win. I don't mind if it wins.
Yes.
Win all you want.
Well,
go.
You should then.
Okay. Well, my baby.
Yes,
my baby. My love. Which I may have even brought up this time last year.
Yes, you did.
As my favorite. And it's calling it my favorite. Still my favorite. Still, 3 Bears in a Boat by David. It's so good. I mean, come on, man. Oh, I'm gonna do this.
She's gonna.
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna show you. Come on. Look at that. Look at that. You know what that is? That's Cali Cat word. That's what that is. Yeah. Anyway, that's my very my literary like just disintegrates into groans and grunts at some point. Do you have another?
I mean, this is
but
one.
We are as one with this.
Yes. So bad guy, good guy
would be a great sequel.
The sequel to this.
And horrifying.
Well, and you brought up that the story begins on the flaps.
Yeah.
And
that's actually the end of it. It begins on the back flap. So it begins here, and then it continues here, and it goes on here, and then you go, and then it ends when he's happy over here.
And that is some exceptional book design there. That is a gauntlet thrown.
Who has ever done that? Who has ever incorporated the story into the jacket, which can be removed? And I believe underneath it's just nothing, right? Oh no, it's sort of there, but it's not the same.
But it's not the same if you take the jacket.
Beautiful. He's due to win.
Yes.
Everything.
Jonathan Bean.
At some point.
Yes.
Love him. Love him very much.
Well, and also again, gray pages to yellow. I mean, just it's smart book creation. Smart book creation.
Oh.
In addition to really exceptional art, text that really, for as simple as it is, never gets sort of tinny in your ear.
It's America. It's a road trip.
It's a road trip.
It's a road trip picture book. This is the story of America. All right. Anyway.
Yes.
Love it.
Shall we talk through our phone a friend?
Yes, let's do a phone a friend.
So what we like to do, because Betsy and I try and read as much as we can, but can't read it all. We like to phone a friend. We like to call in some expert recommendations. And so, do you want to begin with?
I will begin.
Okay.
So in terms of the Coretta Scott King,
we asked our friend Monica Edinger. You can check out her blog and her on Twitter.
Okay. And Monica, who runs the Educating Alice blog, had some very good suggestions for the Coretta Scott King. She said author award winner Jackie Woodson.
Brown Girl Dreaming.
Duh.
Yeah.
I mean, better. The illustrator award winner, Christian Robinson for Josephine. Nice. Beautiful. Very good idea. Beautiful book. John Steptoe Award for New Talent, Kwame Alexander, which I believe he
has another book. I think he has a previous book to crossover.
But I think the Steptoe allows it has to be within three books.
Oh, okay.
I think.
Okay.
See, we did our research.
Yeah.
We know these things. If she had a question mark herself. So
if
you have not read this,
read this book.
This is a middle school book, straight up middle school, like not YA, not children's, middle school.
Though you could give it to a kid, I would say fourth grade.
There's nothing inappropriate. No, it's just there's like first girlfriend stuff.
Yes.
Which is so innocently first girlfriend.
Right.
It's just like first girlfriend.
It is wonderful.
The writing's amazing.
Yes. And also if Brown Girl Dreaming and Crossover both get Newbery love, that would be amazing because, hey guys, novels in verse. To make it happen, African-American protagonists. And I don't know if you could have two more different novels in verse.
These are,
very different.
Very different. The tone, the action.
The style.
I mean, this is action-packed and just bam, bam, bam.
You read it in a couple hours.
This one's all about
amazing.
Women. It's about men.
Yeah.
Good.
But both also very much about family.
Yeah.
Which is
and they're both about family.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Absolutely fantastic.
This is true. And then author honors Marilyn Nelson for How I Discovered Poetry.
Yes.
Big. I mean, it's I feel like this one's sort of getting forgotten in the wake of Brown Girl Dreaming. but
again
it's
in
doing
verse.
real well. Yeah.
So memoir in verse, just like Brown Girl Dreaming.
Yeah. Let's do the fact we have like 10 minutes left.
Okay.
Why don't you do something?
Okay, here we go. Let's do our friend Travis Jonker at Scope Notes had some suggestions for the Geisel.
I'll just hold up these.
Yes.
Number 1, Sam, Greg Pizzoli, which my daughter stole from my bag, and I'm lucky I managed to get it back to bring it here today because she thought it was really cool. He's won before. In fact, we even had...
It was the alligator one.
It was the alligator one. Yeah, it was the watermelon seed. Yeah, and I think they even had that somewhere on here. I guess they don't. It's another thing. All right. So, and then he also suggested Ethan Long, who this is the one where it says, Theodore Geisel, Seuss Geisel, honor award-winning author and illustrator. This is really well done. This is Claire and Clem Under the Sea. I believe it's the second Claire and Clem. Nicely well done. And I like anything that has, he's kind of a Cletus looking guy. He's awesome. Yeah. And he suggested Okay Andy, which is a Maxwell Eaton III who should deserve 50 awards just for being a great author illustrator. I just like him so much, and I did enjoy this very much. I thought this was very fun.
And in addition, also bad guy, bad guy, goodbye. It's just gonna be bad guy, good guy.
Bad guy, good guy.
And also Gravity, which is the new Jason Chin, which is exciting. And
wouldn't that be a non-fiction Geisel winner?
Yes, and there have been
Crazy
a couple.
talk.
Wolf Snail and Vulture View.
Yes, that's true.
So that would be very exciting.
It would not be.
Shall we move on to The Prince?
The Prince, which we don't have any to hold up here.
Sorry about that.
But we asked Jennifer Hubert Swan.
Misreading Rants.
And she had some very good thoughts. First of all, I'll Give You the Sun by Jandy Nelson. I think that is, I have actually read that, and it's really good. I don't read YA, and I read that, and it was fantastic. This one, Summer, getting a lot of attention, tons of attention. We Were Liars. She thought that the big one to win would be We Were Liars. I feel like The Prince never goes to the obvious one.
Yeah,
I feel like The Prince is always like, okay, it's going to be like John Green, and then like, boom, it's just a completely random one that comes out.
Yeah.
So I don't think so. She thought Brown Girl Dreaming had a chance, which is fascinating. How I Discovered Poetry, The Family Romanoff, which we haven't talked about The Family Romanoff, but this could win all sorts of things. It could win the Newbery. It could win the Cybert. It could win The Prince. It could win not the Geisel. Sorry, no Geisel for you.
But it has a lot of interesting stuff going on in this one. One of my favorite things being that in addition to the story of the Romanovs, incorporates stories of the workers at the time in these really shocking and amazing stories of what it was really like. Everyone from sort of more of the peasant class to factory workers to shop girls. The shop girl one was my favorite because that one really made me uncomfortable. Their job was to lure men into the stores. This one.
And I still think she was robbed for Amelia Lost. I'm so mad about that. I am going to be mad about that until I'm like 100. We're going to do this when we're 100. I'm going to be like, and about Amelia Lost. She got robbed.
And this actually leads us very nicely into the Cybert recommendations, who came to us from Christy Raffensperger, who erstwhile will blog for NYPL. So in addition to the Romanovs, Neighborhood Sharks, beautiful. I mean, I would also love to see some Caldecott love on this.
I would love anything.
It is exciting and fun. Absolutely.
Give me Newbery. Yeah. Yes, loved it so much. It's so good, and it's so beautiful, and it's really cool, and it says disgusting things about sharks, like the fact that their jaws can extend out of their skulls to bite something. That's horrifying. So,
this is, in fact, not a book for people who are frightened of sharks, because it doesn't pull any punches.
Horrible. It's got a Hitchcockian beginning. This is because it does. It begins with San Francisco. Very Hitchcockian, and then it has that shot of the innocent to the
I wonder what's going to happen.
What's going to happen? Nothing good. Good book.
Absolutely. And I have to put in a pitch. Port Chicago 50.
Yes.
I'm addicted to Steve Schenken. And he has sort of maybe ruined me for other nonfiction writers because his prose is so good.
Yes, you can't read nonfiction anymore.
It's
good one, Steve.
But really exciting, short, very, very short. It felt the perfect length, but it's great because you can really blow through it. Very interesting, very exciting, and such an sort of underrepresented moment in history. And really, this is something that then you have to talk about later. You tell all of your friends what you know now because of this book. So.
Exactly. Which brings us to the Belle Pré.
The Pure Belle Pré, thanks to Katie Scher, who you can find on Twitter, Connect to Katie. Narrative. I don't know how many we actually have on hand. But for narrative, she's calling Gabby a girl in pieces.
Yes, which is also the winner of the worst cover award of the year.
Not a fan of
the cover. People
couldn't
get people to pick it up. Once they did pick it up, they were like, "Oh, this is sort of one of the best books of the year."
Right. And for honor of that, Secret Side of Empty by Maria Andrew, and also Separate is Never Equal. Yes. And we listened to it last night, and we're trying to remember how to pronounce his last name. Duncan.
Tonatu.
Yes.
Go to teachingbooks.net if you want to find out how to pronounce anyone's name, including my own, because B-I-R-D, incredibly hard to pronounce. But he has a great explanation about why and what this name even means. This actually has a very significant meaning, pertinent to the illustrations themselves.
Right.
And this is just a great book.
Absolutely. Narrative-wise and especially art-wise, his art is always so exciting. And
could win a Caldecott. Could win a Cybert. They just
lots of possibilities. Do you have Viva on here? Do you have Viva Frida?
I don't have Viva Frida. I know.
Goodness.
I know. If that wins a Caldecott, then we're gonna be like, Viva Frida, the book we don't have here anywhere.
But again, Caldecott, Pure Belle Pré, Geisel.
She's due.
Beautiful art. It's Juji Morales. And it is amazing, incredible art.
And a combination of models and drawings and art, and it's just so gorgeous. And it would make me happy if it won.
Right.
So that's all the predictions. I mean, we've got a bunch of other books. You know what? We should just at least mention.
Oh my goodness.
We should at least mention that.
Which again, a lot of crossover potential. Could be a Cybert.
Which was fascinating because Christy suggested it. She said, it could win a Cybert. And I'm like, I mean, do bunnies disqualify it? I mean, it is her story. And yes, she has combined people. But, I think it probably won't win a Cybert. And it probably won't win a Newbery. But it might. It could pull a Brian Selznick Hugo Cabret. Pulling a Hugo Cabret.
That's right.
It could do that. I don't think it will. Yeah. I think it not so much will. But it's such a great book. And my 3-year-old loves it.
Which is amazing.
Which is strange. Not made for 3-year-olds, I should point out. Yeah. So, and I think we pretty much covered and we've got others, obviously. You can see them here. They're here. And if they win, we'll be pulling them out and being like this. And we have our villains, but we'll see if they win. If they win, you'll hear about them. I'm not gonna name names.
Yeah, we won't do our if this wins, it'll make you cry.
I will die. Yeah. No.
Because it was such a strong year.
And it really was. And there's really not that much I dislike this year. Yeah. It's really a nice.
So we'll see. And it may be that once again, the book that wins was one we didn't even talk about. That's what happened last year.
So we're going to do a post-game show wrap-up after the awards, whenever they may end, because now I know how to start these hangouts.
So we'll be on time, we promise.
We will. We will not be all late with that. So yes, please join us afterwards, and we will do a wrap-up. And meanwhile, we've got 1 minute until the webcast begins. So everyone, leave. What are you doing watching us? Go watch the webcast. Go. Yes, and we will see you there.
Yes.
Okay.
Bye.